Nurses and doctors have Reddit. What's your weirdest, scariest paranormal stories that took place at work? There's probably some medical explanation for this, but still the weirdest thing I've seen as a nurse so far. We had a very robust, confused old lady on our floor. Her room was in front of the nurse's station so we could keep an eye on her. And we had one of our nurse's aides as a sitter too. She was always fighting, kicking, trying to get out of bed, very restless and agitated, as some patients I've had before can get before death. One day, we were called into the room as her heart rate was going down and she laid still with her eyes open. It was 30, 20, then it flatlined. We checked for a pulse and didn't find any. She was a DNR, so we didn't attempt to resuscitate. We closed her eyes, prepared for the body bag, and called the family. The sitter remains in there to start getting the body ready. Less than 10 minutes later, she calls us back in. The old lady is at it again, hitting, kicking, trying to get out of the bed. She came back to life. Honestly, we found the situation hilarious and still have never seen any patient come back like that on their own. I think she made it out of the hospital, too.
You're like, actually, you're not done. Take your soul and throw it back in the body. She's like,
yeah, like, literally, she went up to heaven or whatever, afterlife, and he was, like, they were like, and then she went down to hell, and they were like, so they were like, go back, get back up there, we're not ready for you yet. And she's like, gets back up there and she's so pissed. And she's like, let me out. I just want to live.
I was almost there. Do not resuscitate me. I was almost there.
Yeah, that's wild. But imagine, I want to know, I do genuinely want to know people's, like, death story. Like, we should do an episode on those. Yeah, people who have died and come back, because people see such crazy things. And I know it's a lot because your brain releases DMT. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it is like you're tripping balls when you die.
Yeah.
So, it makes sense that people see all kinds of crazy stuff, but I want to know, like, how common and similar other people's death stories are, because that would be really interesting to see. But
I want a scientific study done with what people are seeing when they experience death. And then also I want their column to be what their background is.
Yeah, and what their belief is.
Like, if you were raised Christian and then you're tripping balls at the end of your life,
you're going to see God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're raised like XYZ, what are you seeing?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I know that, like, my stepmom, she was, like, obsessed with this book, and it made me cringe so hard. Even when I was younger, this book made me cringe really hard, because I was a Christian when I was younger, because I was raised in a really, really Christian household. So, I had no thoughts for myself. You know, I'm a kid. I can't make brain thoughts. So, when I became, like, a teenager, I moved out of Christianity. But whenever I was younger, there was this book about this kid who like, died, and it came back, and he was like, Mom, like, I saw Grandpa, and the mom's like, you've never seen your grandpa. You don't even know what your grandpa looks like. You don't, like, and he described his grandpa, and it was, like, an exact replica of this, like, picture that she had or something, and she was like, oh my God, he actually did. He went to heaven, and it was, like, this whole thing, but
I thought you were going to say chicken noodle soup for the soul.
Oh, no, but my mom did make me read that. Looks at my mom watching this. No, but my stepmom was, like, obsessed with this book. And the whole time, like, whenever she tried to get me to read it, she's like, it'll move you. I'm like, this shit is lame as fuck. Yeah. Like, you're so lame for believing this. Like, Jesus, you would fall for the snake oil salesman, like, 100%. But
do you have any thoughts on what you, or like who you would have been in a past life?
I have sometimes, but I don't know, like, I don't know who I would have been, but I know that I have lived, because I've always been told, like, I have an old soul. Since I was little, like, people have told me that I have an old soul.
Yeah.
So I know that I have to have had lived many lives before this one, but I have no idea what I could have been. Yeah. I feel like I definitely was a man at some point.
I think I was a man in my past life.
Yeah.
I think I lived in, like, Kansas or someplace like that. I played football. I died tragically, I'm pretty sure. Based on my extreme love for Boys of Summer.
Okay.
There's no reason I should like that song that much.
Gotcha.
But all of this to say, my Nana believes that in her past life, she died on a submarine.
See, I've always thought about that and again, I don't know like how I lived, but I think in one or multiple of my past lives, I've died in a car crash by either going into a lake, like a body of water, or going off the side of a mountain.
Whoa.
So,
yep. Scary.
Yeah. So, because I have dreams about those two things all the time. I can't stand driving in the mountains because I always am like, when we drive close to the edge, it freaks me out. So, I definitely feel like that could have been something in my past life, but I don't know. I would be interested to talk to somebody that could tell me what happened in my past life.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know if I don't think the palm reader that we had was probably the most accurate person, maybe.
Yeah, I think.
Say. But she's like, you've had a lot of past lives and you were mostly a man. Me complaining about having men followers. Me, a secret man.
Yeah, I feel like my crystal reader, she definitely was like very generic with all of her answers, so I can definitely, I don't know, like some of them I believe are actual like sidekicks, and some of them I don't. Some of them I'm like, no.
This is just,
Yeah. This story does remind me, because they said that there was like a sitter. Have you seen The Vigil?
The Vigil.
The Vigil. It's a movie on Hulu.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's still on Hulu, but
spooky. Look at him. Hey.
Yeah. So in Judaism, in the like Jewish culture, after somebody dies, there are, I believe it's 3 nights, or maybe it's 3 weeks. I don't.
It's like there's a substantial amount of time.
Yeah, there's an amount of time where they're in mourning, and basically they have to. Somebody has to sit and watch the body for an extended amount of time to make sure that they don't like come back, and also to like make sure that they make it to the spirit world. Essentially,
I don't like that. Okay.
Yeah, so there's always a person, like a vigil, who like goes and watches the body. And there's like a specific name for it, but they sit overnight. And so somebody is sitting during the day, somebody's sitting at night, and they watch the body. And this horror movie I thought was like really cool because they dive into that really well.
Yeah.
But
cool. Spooky.
yeah, but basically, as you can imagine in a scary movie, this guy is staying overnight, and
things go awry.
Things go scary because the body isn't hidden either. Like, the body's out in the open.
Right.
So it's just like, usually it's just laying on a bed or like laying on a table.
See, I just have such an aversion for corpses.
As one does.
I just don't really enjoy that. I could never be charged with a crime that is murder, because I wouldn't do it because I don't like bodies.
Yeah.
So even just like the baseline of this, I was like, I would be freaked out anyway. Throw in some paranormal. Sorry, Grandma, your soul's gonna have to rest somewhere because I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm not doing it.
I can't.
No. I would never, like, sit with a body for any amount of time. Like,
yeah. Well, like, I've only ever been to one open casket funeral. Mm-hmm. It was my grandpa, and it was very strange. I had to, like, disassociate.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't like that.
Yeah. I've only been to one funeral. I've been to, like, a memorial, but I've only been to, like, one funeral. And it was a closed casket funeral for my grandpa.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to, like, see him.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I can't imagine how I would do. Sometimes, and this is really sad, sorry guys, but sometimes I'm like, I get really scared about dying and like my loved ones dying, specifically any of my pets or Quentin, because I'm like, what if I wake up one morning and one of them is dead? Like, I don't know how to handle that.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah, I don't know how to handle that. Like, I don't know what I would do in the moment. Like, who do I call? What do I do? Like, with my pets, like, I don't call 911, right? But who do I call about my animal?
Bring up Bettina in this episode. She knows that because she had, growing up, like, a lot of, like, birds and ducks and chickens, and they had a farm, and she's more used to animals dying, and she was the one to, like, okay, we'll bury it and get it handled. So I'm like, hey, I'm a baby and I can't, but I love my pets, so I'm gonna give you a call and you're gonna help me figure this out.
I don't know what I would do. If you enjoyed that little story, be sure to watch the full episode here.
And make sure you like, subscribe, and all that jazzy.
Jazzy? I see what you did there. Wait, what was that?